All right, welcome back. Today we are going to do a in-depth comparison of the HMR9 and the HMR9 META SMGs. So these are going to be the competitive builds for both. So what you'll see the Warzone content creators utilizing within their tournaments, etc. These aren't going to be just those quick YouTube, TikTok videos that you see. This is going to be a very in-depth breakdown of both and why you want to run them. So what we'll cover very specifically today is overall builds, what do you want to run on both, what you get in regards to recoil patterns when running those attachments, overall TTK, and then I think most importantly, ADS time TTK and sprint to fire TTK. So very situational in-game TTK opposed to just, hey, we see each other at the same time, we're already ADS'd, we're pulling the trigger, what happens? And then just overall stats on the two that might fit your playstyle. So to begin, the HMR9 build, you are going to want to run the Shadow Strike Suppressor S, folding stock, DR6 hand stop, 50 round drum, and the PCS 90 assault grip. And then for the HMR9, you are going to want to run the Tectonic Micro Integral Suppressor, a sight of your choice, DR6 hand stop, 50 round mag, and the Phantom grip. So it's going to help you with a little more of that ADS time. So overall recoil pattern with these attachments. So on the left, you will have the HMR9. On the right, you'll have the HMR9. You can see the HMR9 is pretty much straight up and down, but a little more spread out. HMR9 a little more compact, but you have kind of that awkward kind of shift out to the left to begin with, and then they start to bunch up. So you're just going to have to test this and see which one you feel more comfortable with. That's all you can do here, and see which one of these that you get into the firing range or just real life interactions, what is going to feel the most comfortable. So talk a little bit about overall TTK. You see this chart a lot. This is thinking that we're both ADS same time, we're looking at each other, which one's going to kill the fastest. So if you look at just this chart, the HMR9 is going to look like the king here. It beats the HMR9 across almost every facet except for a very small 20 to 25 range. Again, to me, this is a little unrealistic compared to actual gameplay. So these next two slides are a little more important to me, and I think are going to be a little more situational for real-time events. So this chart looks similar, but you can see the TTK is substantially more, about 200 milliseconds more. So this is actually closer together, and what makes these a little more comparable. So ADS time, TTK, taking into consideration, you know, the HMR9 still is a little bit better here in most areas, but it is much closer than it appears on the chart. You know, 30 milliseconds here or there. You're not going to notice this all too much. This final chart is what is most important to me. So the sprint to fire TTK. We slide into a building, we both surprise each other. What is this going to look like? This is where it gets interesting. The HMR9, you can see here, starts to compete in much more of the areas because of its ADS time. You can see that it beats the HMR9 up to about 15 meters and then out from like 20 to 30. So I think this is why you may want to use the HMR9 more often than the HMR9, is just if you are getting into more of these realistic interactions within the game. I think over time, you're just going to win more of your fights with the HMR9 due to this very specific chart and how I think it relates to the actual gameplay. So with that being said, some other overall stats here. You can see that ADS time, that is how the HMR9 is beating the HMR9 in some of those TTK charts. It has a faster fire rate, less flinch, which is interesting. Less, max hip fire area is smaller. Movement speed is a little bit slower. Reload time a little bit quicker. Sprint speed also a little bit slower, surprising to me. But the most probably the most important kind of stat here is that sprint to fire speed. The AMR9 is 146. The HRM9 is 89. This is what I think the game changer is going to be. And why I think it's going to be a game changer is, unless you are hard ADS going into most of your fights, this is why I think it's going to start to lean towards the HRM9 being the meta, because you're both going to slide in. We both try to get on target, whatever it may be. If you're playing Resurgence or Warzone, I think that is just a more natural interaction opposed to like, hey, we're both hard ADS, we see each other, now let's shoot. So hopefully you all enjoyed this. I'll definitely make more of it if you all find it interesting. I'll do it for whatever guns anyone wants to see, do any overall comparisons and breakdowns, but I do think this is much more meaningful than a YouTube short or a TikTok. It talks a little bit more to you, your play style, and why you may want to use one or the other, not just this one is meta, this one just is meta. So let me know your thoughts. I would love to do more of these, but definitely need some traction on them as well. So anything I can do, anything you can give me for feedback, I will take. I appreciate the time.